You might be wondering about my Paris trip, what I have done, where I have been to, and how much money I spent. I'm going to break it down for you in detail in this video. It was a 7-day trip in Paris by myself. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to break it down for you. First, I'm going to show you how much I spent on the flight and the hotel. You can see right here, the total is $2,139. So to break it down, the package hotel and the round trip is $1,100, and the taxes and fees is another $1,000, which I believe they categorized something wrong here. But the total is correct. $2,100. This is pretty decent for 7 nights hotel and the round trip. And this is how much I spent on flight and hotel, $2,139. Then this screenshot this is the hotel I stayed at. It's called Hotel France Albion. This is a 2-star hotel, but it's actually not too shabby. I really like it. Okay, on day 1, which was the first day, the day of my arrival, I landed at around noon to 1 p.m. Then it took me a couple of hours to navigate everything, to get everything set up. Now, before I left the airport, there are some expenses that you should expect. The first one is the SIM card. I got the SIM card there at the airport, which they sell it for $30, like a package, for some fees here and there. So end up as around $40 euro just to get the SIM card. And then I need to buy train ticket, a regional train ticket from the airport to the Paris city center. That was another 11, I believe it was 11 euros. You can get the book of 10 metro tickets once you reach the Paris city. A book of 10 is usually cheaper, but I decided to get it at the airport. So the book of 10, which is another about $20 to $30 euro for a book of 10, I believe. So these are the expenses before I left the airport. Also, one suggestion is, if you feel hungry before you leave the airport, buy something to eat, or at least you pack some water or some crackers, put it in your backpack in case you get lost, in case you need time to navigate the train like I did. I spent so much time finding ways. You can probably buy some sandwiches, buy some water or juices, eat something before you leave. So put another $20 euro on the food there, because if you don't need to eat anything, then you can keep it in the hotel. You will eat it anyway. So this is one suggestion that I could give you, is put another $20 to my day 1 expenses. Okay, then after I check in the hotel, I spent a couple hours struggling to find some toiletries, which I'm going to talk about in another video about my struggles during traveling alone. So after that, basically the only plan that I had on day 1 was going to Eiffel Tower. And I was actually planning just to see the evening, like the lights, but because the sunset was a bit so late, so I was able to see the Eiffel Tower during the daytime as well, which was a bonus actually. So I stayed there for until at night. I didn't go anywhere else, so I took a lot of photos, I took a lot of videos. If you already seen my YouTube shorts, that's when I took the videos. Before I head back to the hotel, there's one more last expenses, was I went to a grocery store to stock up on some crackers, breads, crackers, some fruits, also some water and juices, just to keep it in the hotel. And that was my day 1. So far, the train to Paris and the book of 10 metro tickets and some foods stock up the hotel fridge a little bit, and those were the expenses that I had. Then on day 2 was actually my first full day. After I woke up, I just walked around the area a little bit, just to get myself familiar of what's around it. Then I had my first lunch at Chinese food, which I missed. I think it runs half Chinese people and half French people. I found out in Canada a lot of Chinese restaurants usually run by Chinese people, but in Paris, it doesn't really matter white, French, or black people. They all work together, which really I like it. I like it a lot. I went to dumpling place. I had some dim sum, and that was about $30 something euro, which is alright. It's alright. It's not too bad. Then I went to a very famous department store called Galerius Lafayette. People said it's the most grand luxury store in Paris. So I went there. That was my second location. I went there to shop around, but I did not buy anything there. Then on my way, I went to a square. I'm not sure what the name was. Even I checked online on Wikipedia, and there's still no English. So I'm gonna show you a picture, and that was where I went. And I spent some time on there as well. Then after that, I went to a shopping mall called Westfield Forum, the huge shopping mall. I spent some time over there just to walk around, and I discovered a very big electronics store, and I spent a lot of time in there as well. But one thing I found out was I did spend, I think $2 or €2 or €1 to use their washroom. And I'm going to talk about all these stuff in a separate video. You will need to pay for washroom somewhere in Paris. It's not all of them free. Then after Westfield, get some bubble tea at Gong Cha. Goes over there as well. So I just keep walking because everywhere is so walkable, and also there's a lot of things to see along the way. Then after I finished the Westfield Forum, the shopping center, then I just keep walking along and sightseeing everything on the street markets. Then slowly I arrived at the city hall, but at that time I did not know that was a city hall. Yes, they had all the Olympics set up over there. I didn't know until I researched. Okay, so that was the city hall. I just keep taking pictures and photos, and I keep going along. Then I arrived at Saint River. Then I could see the Notre Dame Cathedral, which also was not expected as well. I was so excited, so I just keep walking towards it, and I start seeing it was being rebuilt. Remember the fire that destroyed part of the cathedral? And they had a lot of boards showcasing about the rebuild process and everything. So I spent the rest of the night around that area, because by that time it was like a little bit like late evening already, like 9 o'clock or something. So sky was getting dark, so I spent some time just around that area. Nothing much expenses. I did not have dinner at any restaurants on that night. Basically, I just keep snacking the whole time, and I always got some sandwiches or crackers in my backpack, and I just buy some fruits, something to eat along the way, because I was at a shopping mall, right? So I was able to get some snacks all the time. So I skipped the dinner. I didn't purchase anything expensive yet. I'm gonna show you. Basically, that's it. Then around the cathedral area, so I walk along the Saint River on the other side. Then I just took the metro back to hotel, and that ended my day. On day 3, that was easy because I only went to one place, which was the Musée de l'Ouvre Museum, if I pronounce it correctly. So basically, I spent the whole day there. First, I left the hotel. I went to McDonald's for breakfast, and for lunch, a little bit early lunch, because I heard in the museum you're not allowed to have any fruits or drinks, and they don't allow you to bring any slightly bigger backpack just to avoid any accidents. So I try to eat as much as I can to make myself full before getting in. I enjoyed breakfast, which they don't have for some reason. I'm going to talk about it in another separate video. The ticket you need to pre-purchase online. I bought it even before I fly to Paris. If I remember correctly, it's like 20 euros, 20 or 30 euros. I spent about 8 hours inside and then the evening outside. I saw the picture, it was very pretty, very beautiful. So I already expected I would spend at least 1 full day. So I'm going to show some of my YouTube shots on either this side or that side. Oh, actually, I spent 8 hours and then I start feeling hungry and thirsty, everything. I guess I was about 65 to 70% finished, which is still not much, seriously. So I exit. One of the reasons too was because I took the power bank with me, but I got the wrong cable. I knew that I would need to charge my phone, but I got the wrong cable. So I wasn't able to charge my phone. I was so stupid. I ran back to the hotel, get the correct cable, charge my phone, came back and back to the museum and enjoy the entire evening over there. But before that, when I said, I was hungry, right? So I exit the exhibition area. I was still inside the museum. So there are a couple of restaurants there. And I bought some, because I was so hungry, so I bought I think 2 or 3 sandwiches. I got some water, I got some pop, I got some juice as well. So I just ate inside. And that's basically pretty much it. Nothing much too crazy on day 3. It's just that I enjoy so much in the museum. And basically that's it. I feel like this video is getting a little bit too long. So I still have day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7 and day 8, the day of my departure. So I'm going to talk with you again in another video, part 2. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I will have a lot of things to talk about during my trip as well. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.